Neill Collins, how does it feel to get your first win as a Raith Rovers manager?
Yeah, I can't really put it into words. I think it's been a funny time. Being out of the game for like 3 or 4 months is not really long when you look at the grand scheme of things, but felt like a while, and I was itching to get back. And that first half of Ayr, I thought, brilliant, what a performance. And then saw my parents after the game and said, why did we come back to this? 2-0 up, 3-2, and it's been a little bit like that in terms of, I feel that we've seen the ruthless side of the game. I think probably even before I came this season's felt a bit like that for anyone involved with the Rovers, but today I think we got our rewards, and I'm a great believer in life. You just got to keep your head down. If you do the right things, it will come, and I think today everyone got rewarded for that hard work, for 3 points and something to build on.
You used the word everyone got rewarded. The thing that stuck out for me as a commentator was team performance, no failures out there.
No question. I actually thought it was interesting last week, go back to last week, and we came in and we're like, everyone across the board was very, very good, and we've just drawn 3-3 and lost a 2-goal lead. Today I thought exactly the same, and I said that to the players. It was a team effort. Again, to be a team that's on a 43 match league unbeaten run, you're going to need everyone. You can't carry them in, and I think you've got to also credit the people that came on. Coming on at 1-0 is not easy, but that's a sign of where we're at now. We're starting to get players back. You're bringing on Scott Brown, you're bringing on Liam Dick, you're bringing on like good players, and that's to be where we need to be. We need to be able to do that, and it's no disrespect to anyone we've had previously, but I mean bringing people on in the right positions is a big start. We've got competition back, so pleased for everyone.
I think you would read my notes. My next thing was use of substitutes. They were very good today. Again, I'm saying this as a fan. Your use of the substitutes, predetermined or reacting to how games were going? No,
I think it was definitely, you've always got things in mind. You've always got things in mind, like Kieran Freeman, for example, last weekend, put in an unbelievable shift, and had it been an option, we would have maybe taken him off. But we couldn't, because we didn't feel we had anyone that we really wanted to put in that position. Whereas today, Fancati's here, so we're putting on a top player. And again, you go through the board, like, we start to look at our squad today and start thinking that looks like a squad that can compete much higher up the league. I think if everyone's been honest, when you look at what we've had to maybe fill in, we've not really had our centre backs fully fit. I thought that Ewan Murray coming in today shows why natural centre back, then being able to bring Liam Dick on who can fit in. So yeah, long may it continue getting these guys back.
It was a game that you couldn't take your eyes off. I don't know how it was for you guys on the bench, and yet looking back on it, neither goalkeeper had a huge amount to do, and yet it was a game of football that was captivating and stood for everything about the Scottish Championship.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that we've seen today that we want to be. I think the way we started, front foot, aggressive, disrupted, won the ball high, created opportunities. Then as the game went on, we had to show a different side. We had to defend, restrict Falkirk. They were trying loads of different things and I thought we did a really good job at that. But like you said, Falkirk are an excellent side. I think we were a good side. I think it was, like you say, an entertaining game with two teams giving everything.
Absolutely. I mentioned the substitutes earlier. One of the biggest cheers of the day, and I thought the crowd were fantastic today. I'm sure you want to talk about the fans when Scott Brown came on.
Yeah, I think it gives me a little insight into obviously what he's done here. Like, he's a player that the fans obviously relate to, and I can see why in the week that he's been back training. Again, my type of player, like all action, all energy, but quality. And he came on and had a big impact, helped us. So delighted to have him back. Dicey comes back on Monday training. Sam's hopefully going to be back in a couple of weeks. And all of a sudden, we're starting to look like some options in competition. So that was great to hear the fans singing the song for Scott Brown. Hopefully we hear that a lot more this season.
And you also heard them singing for Dylan Easton, who got the Man of the Match award. I mean, I hope to speak to Dylan later on, but I think it'd be the first time it was a team performance. But you must have heard enough a lot about what Dylan's capable of, and you saw it today. Yeah,
I think it's a great team performance, but still okay to talk about individuals within that. And Dylan, since I've came in, has been really, really good. He scored a couple of goals today, one is the penalty. And the big thing with Dylan is the fans will love him because he gets them off their seats, because he can do things in the final third. But he can also do the other side. He also carried out a real good defensive job for us, and we can't carry anyone. But yeah, Dylan, as I say, really, really impressive start, you know, for me working with him, and I'm hoping that I can help him continue to score and assist, and again, hopefully we hear that song a lot.
Finally, it's 1-1. It's a great opportunity to kickstart our season. Tough game next week away down at Capello at Morton. I'm sure your boys will get back into work on Monday.
Well, that's it. No different to last week. You dust yourself off, and this weekend will be a little bit more enjoyable, knowing that we've had 3 points. There's no getting away from that. But we'll get ready to go out and do it all over again and build on this. And the players, it might just give them that small added edge, you know, that they've, as I said, they recovered great this week. I thought, wasn't sure how they would come in, but they came in and they just went, you know what, put it behind us. Again, we've got a lot of good leaders in there, so they'll also know we're just at the start. Like we're just at the start. For me, again, I mentioned John. He's been there 2.5 years. I think if you ask John, you know, that first year when they maybe didn't quite get out the league below, there's probably a lot of questions, but it just takes a little bit of time. So this week we'll go in and we'll just do the same again. Work hard, try and get better, try and get our fans a good away victory next week and a good away performance, and have more days like this.
Neill, on behalf of every Raith Rovers fan who's here today or who's tuned into Raith TV, thanks for everything. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
I will do. Thank you. You too. Cheers.